How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Thank you. Okay, that's better. How's quarantine been for everybody? I feel that. I feel that. The transition into quarantine was hard. I went into a little funk at the beginning of it. I'm sure like most people, the only way that I found for myself to get out of this funk was to make a daily schedule for myself. And so like, just to have some sort of regimen during the day. So every day at the same time, I sit down and write for a decent hour and just get my brain working and stuff. It's definitely not easy, it's not fun. You know, I have to sit there and tell myself maybe, or like every day I do it, if I just work hard today, then maybe tomorrow when I do it, it'll be just a little bit easier and a little bit better. But the issue with that is that my jokes haven't gotten any funnier over this entire quarantine. It's kind of upsetting. Y'all laugh now. The best thing that I could come up with was the other day I was so bored that I counted all of the corners in my room. There were 6. Yeah. But after a while, after a while of doing it, I kind of got in the rhythm of it. One day I was laying in bed, it was cloudy, I had no motivation, I did not want to do any writing whatsoever. 1 o'clock hits, and I just had this wave of creative energy. And so I sat down, started writing, and just flew out of me. Just flooded, like floodgates, everything just came out. And in that moment, I realized that by forcing myself to sit down and write every single day at the same time, that I had essentially created creativity. Okay, I know how it sounds. I know what y'all are thinking. How can he hear that level of harmony? That man must be a genius. Honey, can you hear this? Oh my God, you sound just like me. All right, listen, honey, put your phone down, okay? This is the first time we have been out of the house since January, all right? We pay for the show. Put your phone down, Jerry. Come down, okay? Put your mask on. Lord. I have also dedicated time every day to work out. I know you can't tell, but I try. The issue is I don't have a gym, I don't have equipment, I don't have motivation. And so I decided to take the easy way out and do yoga. Whoever said that, let me tell you, yoga is fucking hard, okay? It kicked my ass. Metaphorically, I still can't get my feet that high, I'm trying. But it's a beautiful pain. Like it really is. When you finally can do a stretch correctly, you get into the deep stretch, you feel like you're contorting your body into another dimension. And I know that every one of y'all here understands this feeling, whether you've done yoga or not, because it is the same feeling as when you're cleaning out your ears and the Q-tip hits just that right spot. For a split second, you just kind of... Don't know what I'm talking about. That's good. Okay. So I was doing yoga in my room the other day, and I was doing the happy baby pose. For those of you who don't know what that is where you are laying on your back, your feet are in the air, and you're pulling your feet down. When done correctly, it's supposed to stretch your hips, your lower back, your hamstrings, all that stuff. So I am full on dead spider in the middle of my room, in my underwear, this is my room. And my mom walked in. And the look on her face, I swear, it was, hey, honey. I knew that he was gay, but I did not know he was that gay. And at first I just thought, okay, that's fair. Like, she's probably a little shaken. That's kind of jarring if you're not ready for it, you know? Turns out that I had a hole ripped in the middle of my underwear. And so when my mom walked in, she just got a full up close and personal view of Uranus. But it obviously wasn't Uranus, man, it was my anus, but I had to say that for the sake of the jokes. It's a pun, you get it? Okay, it's funny, haha. The first thing out of my mom's mouth when she saw this was, why is it shaved? To which I calmly responded by explaining that when you're going on a date with someone and you want to impress them, fellas, I'm sure y'all understand what I'm talking about, so you want to shave, you know, but you also want to be prepared for anything. So you don't just stop with your face, you have to get everywhere. You have to get your chest hair, your happy trail, your landing strip, and if you really want to impress them, you'll trim up your tush bush. And so I went full Shamu for this dude one time. And once you free willy, there's no going back, okay? Because that bald eagle has flown the coop, if you know what I mean, right? And this is because, real talk, if you don't shave your butthole, you will miss it. Simple as that, because there is something about that level of satisfaction of going to the bathroom without having any obstacles or snagging. It is up there with getting a piece of 3-day-old beef dislodged from between your teeth. It's nice. I feel like some of y'all still don't understand, ma'am. So I'm gonna paint a picture for you, okay? So, okay. You know those tubes at the bank where you pull up, you roll down your window, you put the bottle in, and the tube shoots up. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Can we picture this? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I just want to make sure y'all are still here, you know? So, just imagine that motion of the bottle going up, but in reverse. That's what I'm talking about. That is a level of satisfaction that shaving your butthole brings. I'm not gonna lie, I went blank. I was very excited about my butthole. Well, okay, I can tell you about this. So, we are in quarantine. It's a little upsetting because you can't be around people, right? But I like to drink. And so, I have made this fun game on Snapchat where you record yourself taking a pull, a sip, a chug, whatever you want to call it, and you send it to your friends. And then when they see it, they're supposed to do it back. That way, you're still drinking with someone even though you're alone, but you're technically not alone. You know, it's fun. And I call it Snapshot. Thank you. You liked it. She smiled, y'all. Turn around and smile at everybody so they know it's a good idea. Thank you so much. Because it's a pun, it's alliteration, it's a play on words, there's a lot of literary devices going on. Now my friends on the other hand, they don't think that's a good name for it. They think that it should be called alcoholism. But they don't have any naming rights, so it's fine. I don't care about their name. So yeah, if y'all couldn't tell by now, I do still live with my parents. And I'm doing it to save money while I'm still in school. It honestly is a blessing. However, I do wish that I had a little bit more independence, mainly because it's always whenever I'm in the middle of doing something important. My parents come in, interrupt me to ask for help for whatever project they have going on that day. And I want to be respectful, I want to help whenever I can, but I also have to respect my own time. So I'll ask them, okay, well, how long do you think it's going to take? Now, this is something I learned very early on. If you don't know this, hopefully I can enlighten you a little bit. If your parents tell you a time estimate for how long it's going to take to do a chore, you need to take that time and then double it, okay? Because that's going to give you a better estimate for the ballpark of about how long it's going to take you to get that job done, right? So for example, whenever we go on family trips, wherever, my dad will always say, all right, I'm turning on the truck, all right, you better be out that door in 15 minutes or you're getting left behind, all right? Means I have half an hour to get ready, yep. Or if you call my mom, hey, how far away are you? Oh, we're 30 minutes away. That means we'll see you in an hour, right? And then this phenomenon of parents kind of stretching the truth. I have pieced this all together in my 23 years on this earth. I realize that this little thing that they do, that's what they like to call little white lies. Little white lies. We all know what I'm talking about, right? I know we've all experienced it, right? You may be the one giving it, you may be receiving it, maybe a little bit of both. I'm not one to judge, it's 2020, do you? But yeah, I don't know why they do it. And an example of this, when you're a kid, you're in the car, and you turn on the cabin light, right? And your parents get mad at you. They say, no, that's illegal. You can't do that. If a cop sees you do that, we're gonna get pulled over and we're all going to jail. That's not fucking true. That's not fucking true. It took me 15 years before I fucking realized that, but that is not true, okay? Because that light is literally there for your safety, so you can see in the car at night. It is not illegal to turn that light on. They just got tired of you pressing the damn button so much that they had to threaten you with a lie. Another example, when you're a kid and you wanted to see what you got for Christmas. So you go to the presents, you scratch off a little piece of paper on the top, see what it is, fold it back over, but didn't have enough common sense to think to do it on the bottom of the package so it's not blatantly obvious that somebody got into the presents, or you didn't think to do it on the other presents that don't have your name on it, and then your parents tell you that we have to get rid of the family rabbit because you blamed the rabbit for getting into the presents, when in fact they knew that you were the one who opened the presents the entire time, and they just wanted to hear you admit to it. Little white lies. Y'all like dad jokes? I don't know. How do you have a party in outer space? You plan it. Why was the strawberry sad? He was in jam. What do you call a fat computer? Adele. All right, I like that. That is my time. Thank you so much. I'm Josh Edwards. Please put your hands together for my purple princess, my really good friend, True Wisdom.